Today we're going to do a windshield repair indoors. This is in a garage, or it could be in a workshop. So we have all of our equipment laid out in front of us. We have our light, we have our black plastic bags which has had our resins in them, which have been now removed and just put up there for display purposes. But when they're not being used, they go back into the plastic bags because they do cure using visible light and UV. We have a battery which will run our drill. The battery is a motorcycle battery, or you can hook it up to the battery in the car itself. We have probe, injector, some cotton buds for cleaning, needles, syringes, razor blades, burrs, and our bridge assembly unit. Okay, the repair we've got to do today is a bit of a combination, chip and a bit of a bullseye in the middle there. What we've done, this is on a van, so we don't have a bonnet to work off, so we've just covered the front of the van up, the windscreen wipers, with a towel. And looking at a repair from the inside, we're just going to use a dry cloth, not a wet one. We don't want to put any moisture on the screen or in the repair at all. Give it a wipe down so that our suction cap will stick to the windscreen. Now the first thing we're going to do is just make a little pilot hole, and that marks the centre, and by doing that we can make sure it doesn't jump, the burr doesn't jump out of it while we're drilling the main hole. Yep, so drilling the main hole now. Now drilling just before the PVD layer, and we can tell that as we hear the pitch of the drill changing. That means we're getting to the hard side of the glass, the top layer of glass. Now we're going to apply the bridge. We're just moistening the suction cap with some glass cleaner. Placing our rubber seal. Making sure that the injector and the stabilising bolts are wound back, so that when we put it onto the screen, only thing touching the screen will be the suction caps, or the suction cap. Placing the bridge onto the screen. Now we're trying to get the barrel directly over the hole that we've drilled. We can do that by two ways: by looking down the barrel itself and seeing the hole, or by looking from the inside of the windscreen to seeing if the seal is right over the centre of the hole. So what we're doing now is we're levelling the bridge up with by levelling up with the stabilising bolts, and the making sure winding down the chamber so that it has a good seal on the screen. Looking down the barrel of the injector, we can see that we're perfectly lined up with the hole that we've drilled. Now we're going to insert 0.2 of a mil into the repair. Now bigger repairs will need more resin, as with the video of the outdoor repair, which was quite a large repair, which we put 0.5 in. But today we're going to only need 0.2 of a mil. Okay, place the syringe and the needle down the chamber and insert your resin in. Resin in, just inserting the piston into the barrel, screwing it down slowly. By now you should start seeing some of the resin flowing out to the cracks. What we're going to do, just preliminarily, just push a little bit with our probe on the cracks, just to get the resin flowing. What this does is just flexes the screen and opens up the glass a little bit. Now applying heat to the inside of the screen will do the same thing. It flexes the glass, but what the heat does really is expands the glass and makes a little bit more room for the resin to flow through the cracks. Now you'll get a black mark on the inside from the lighter. Just wipe that off. Now not too much heat, because the more heat you apply, the more you'll stress the glass. So just enough, so a bit of heat, and then a bit of pressure with the piston, screwing it down. As you can see, the repair now has disappeared. Okay, we're just going to remove the bridge now off the screen. You'll see some resin come out of the excess resin come out of the chamber. What we're going to do is just put one drop of the Nano470 pit filler, or medium resin, and put a tab of Mylar clear plastic film over the top. And we're just going to applying our light to the screen. Now this is just a normal standard white fluorescent tube. There's no ultraviolet light in there at all. We turn it on and we let the white light cure the repair. As you see, the pit mark is where the rock initially hit the windscreen. We cannot replace that, but what we've done is we've made all those legs invisible, put strength back into the screen, and fixed the repair by about 90%. Now we're working in a workshop, so we need the light to cure the repair, cure the resin. If we're working outside, as you saw on the outdoors version, we don't. We just use the sunlight. The light's above our repairs, approximately 5 foot. At that distance, the energy is not as strong as if we put a light directly over the repair. So if we were to leave the repair and let that light cure it, it would take about 20 minutes to 30 minutes to cure. So what we've done is we've put our white fluorescent tube close as possible to our resin to cure it, and it should take anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute, depending on the temperature of the rooms. Now what we just maintaining your tools, just remove the injectors, the injector from the bridge assembly unit, and what we like to do is keep it clean. And we have resin that'll cure with UV and visible light, so we just want to remove any of the resin from the equipment, take the rubber seal out, and wipe it all down, removing the resin, and just get a little cotton bud to wipe out the sleeve. Make sure your lids are on nice and tight, and put the resin back into the black plastic bag provided. Okay, the light has cured the pit filling resin. Just turn that off and remove that. And what it's done is leave a little film on the glass, which will be very hard. Now, holding the razor blade perpendicular to the glass, and then the razor blade backwards and forwards, shaving the excess resin away from the screen. I know it makes a funny noise, but it doesn't scratch the glass. Shaving it away from the screen, not cutting or slicing, and that will leave it completely smooth. Applied some pit polish to our rag, just a bit of polish, and we're just going to polish up the surrounding area and polish up that pit that we've just put in. All we have left in the screen is just the mark, the impact point where the rock has actually hit the screen, and all of the legs cracks have disappeared, and the bullseye has as well.